So first up is the app Shazam, which is actually not like an academic related app, but we're in college now. So this app is basically an music identifying app. So it's really helpful if you're at a party or out in public or at a restaurant with friends or something, and you hear a song that you really like, but you don't know what it's called. And so all you need to do is basically just open up the app, let it listen to your surroundings for a few seconds, and then it will identify the song for you. And I've used it a lot in college, but I messed around with it, and it can even identify like remixes and stuff, and it's super, super helpful. Noisely is a white noise kind of associated app, which is really useful when you're studying or you're trying to go to bed or just need to kind of unwind, because college can be a super noisy and kind of like socially stimulating place. I definitely know this from personal experience. But the cool thing about Noisely is that it has a bunch of like preset white noise features, such as like storms and trees and the ocean and stuff like that. But then you can kind of create your own little combination of these sounds to find what works for you. They also have a really cool timer feature, which is helpful if you're like going to bed or something and you don't want to disturb your roommate. You can just set a timer for a certain amount. Like here I set one for like 20 minutes and then press start, and then the white noise will kind of just go on until the timer ends and then automatically shut off. Third is the app Sleep Cycle, which I honestly wish I'd found so much sooner because college is exhausting and my sleep schedule my freshman fall was absolutely horrible. Basically, this app just uses the idea that you cycle between levels of deep sleep and lighter sleep during the night, and it's better to wake during lighter sleep because you'll just be less foggy and like less tired. All you need to do is just plug your phone in and leave it on your nightstand next to your bed, and the app will use your microphone to kind of track what level of sleep you're in based on your movement. And then once you set a time that you want to wake up at, the app will kind of use that and your sleep levels to determine the ideal time for you to wake up, so you'll be less tired, more alert, and just feel so much better. Habitica is a super silly and fun app, but it's great if you kind of need some external motivation to get tasks done, stay on track, and just make sure you kind of have your life together during college. Basically, it is a kind of like mini game style app where you can create little goals, habits, or to-dos, and then you will get points every time you do something positive, such as like complete a habit, complete a task, or like not do something bad. And then you'll lose points if you do something negative, which you can like manually set in the app. And then once you have a certain number of points, you can level up, and it's just kind of like a little game. They have like a shop inside where you can use your points to like redeem new avatars and everything. And it's just a really, really great and fun way to stay motivated and to make sure you get everything done that you need to in college.
But remember, don't hesitate to call on me for anything. Like you said, a human being, I want to make you take.
Moving on to something slightly more academic, it's the app Maple Calculator, which is great if you are taking a math class in college. I used this during my advanced calculus class in the winter, and it was an absolute lifesaver. You can basically type in whatever function you want and it'll solve it for you. But my favorite feature was definitely the photo feature. It's kind of like photo math, but for more advanced problems, I'd say. And so I would basically just take a picture of some crazy indefinite integral from my homework that I didn't understand, and then it would give me the answer, but then it would also allow like me to expand it and get the step by step and see like exactly what rule they used, what theorem was used. And so not only was I able to complete my homework and stuff, I was also able to way better understand what was happening, honestly. And I highly, highly recommend you download this app. Last but not least is my Ride or Die app, Notability. I actually have this on my iPad, and that's when I like take my notes, but it's actually super, super helpful to have the app on your phone as well, for several reasons. I definitely have used this in the past when I forgot to turn in a homework assignment or like a piece that was due that night and I did not submit it or something, so I had to like quickly go and download the file and then upload it to Canvas immediately while I was like out with my friends. So that was an absolute lifesaver. But I also love having the app on your phone because you can just kind of go over your notes or your study sheets when you just have some downtime or you're walking to class or walking to a midterm. It's a lot more convenient than like pulling out your entire like 12-inch iPad Pro and walking around with it. But I've honestly used this app so much on my phone, and it is one of my favorites.